Ekuhda. Oh, I'm getting a tongue twister now. But anyways, Baja teacher, another Ottoman player we've seen during this tournament. Boy, there were so many of them. Going up against an Italian here, Ekuhda. So Italy gets a really cool villager called the Architect, and he gets to build stuff for free. No kidding, he gets to construct buildings for free. Any building you want, actually. A town center, a basilica, basically a big giant church, whatever you want. But the problem is, it takes forever to do, because the build time is super slow, so the only way you can actually speed it up is by using the finished construction ability to essentially cough up the rest of the building costs that hasn't already been built yet, and then the architect will build it at normal speed. Yeah, and really when playing Italians, it's all about timing that out to the point that you try to save as much wood as you can without hindering your progress by waiting too long to build the structure, right? Because if you take too long and you just decide, you know what, I don't want to pay any wood for buildings anymore and I want them all for free, you're not going to be able to build your infrastructure fast enough and you're going to lose. So you get to balance between getting the building done in a time that, is reasonable and not, basically, yeah. So there's a reason why this Italy player is queuing up all of these market technologies. Essentially with the Italians, you get a free villager with every technology that you research. So if you can get all of the food costing market techs done, and then hunting dogs, and then gang saw, and then place your mine there, essentially get all of the market techs done, you're gonna get yourself a nice 5 free villagers. Yeah. Italy doesn't actually get any villager cards for that reason, because essentially they get extra villagers through technologies, effectively saving you having to add in all those villager cards, which is quite nice. Right, so typically the Italy is going to start with a capitalism trickle, because that's the next best thing. And usually, depending on what their strategy is, they're going to time this card out, which is advanced politicians, which makes your next age up super fast, and it makes all future politicians have bigger bonuses. Yeah, quite significant. I like how this architect has his house wall established, and as long as the player doesn't have to rush to get some population quick, he's going to save on all that wood of these houses, which is quite nice. And what's the deck? Well, I don't know the deck because it's in Chinese, but in general, we can kind of make a conjecture of what the plan is. So, we do see some powerful H2 plays here with these cards. We got a Hoop Thrower, Hospitalier, Inquisitor combo. We got a Krabat, Schiavone one. And then we got a Papa Lancer Stratia one. Quite nice, actually. I don't know if he's going to stick around in Age 2 and use all those, or is he going to try to get to Age 3 and pop out the Falconets? That's a good question, actually. We'll have to find out now. Yep, and I should mention to you too, also with Italy, you'd get access to the market technologies in Age early as well, so you can actually research your steel traps early and get that extra villager right away, which you saw this Italy do right now, which is quite good. Looks like Italy will go with the governor there, so they're going to get a tower and some gold. Should set them up pretty nicely for the Age 2 there, and the combat, yes. Queuing up another architect, I see, to maximize construction. Not a bad idea. Typically in my games, I normally don't go for more than one architect, so that might be some aspect I never considered before to optimize the construction of stuff. Going for 700 wood now to help with infrastructure at this point, because at this stage, because Ottomans are also in age 2, you're going to have to make sure you finish your constructions very quickly. And have to have that wood there still. Ottoman, however, is going double barracks Jan, a very powerful push. Essentially, you're going for a brute force, utilizing the high hit points on the Janissaries to go for a very effective musketeer push that you normally can't do with other civs. So yeah, basically some pretty huge raw stats there on the field. Looks like the Ottoman player's now going to get wood, it looks like. 700 wood. And we'll most definitely see these unit shipments used as well at some point, so just be on the lookout for that probably, right? Yeah, definitely. Alright, so Janissary is going in for a push now, looks like. Very nice. Catching Italy a bit off guard. He's actually going to get some kill XP too from these unfinished houses, which is quite convenient. Italian musketeers, though, to meet the Janissaries. Looks like Turks are definitely going to back off at least, so they don't have to deal with the TC fire. You know, looks like they actually retreat out now, which is kind of interesting, yeah. Going for the second batch of Janissaries here. Very good. Third batch of Janissaries is done now. Might be enough to go in for a push right now. Oh, so he sent in his Maltese unit babs there. So he's got the splash attack swordsman, the hoops. He's got a couple of inquisitors too to do some crush damage. Very interesting. So this Ottoman player is no slouch. He's actually kiting very well. He's actually using his explorer to snare the melee units, allowing him to get shot easier by the Janissaries. That was some good micro by the Ottoman player actually. Hoop throwers are going to be the biggest threat here though, and pose some big damage with their splash attack. You can see right there, they even have a bit of an anti-musketeer multiplier too, so yeah, that aspect's going to make these hoops pretty dangerous. Fun fact, in the actual campaign, the hoop throwers in that actually have hidden multipliers against the Janissary unit. But in this instance, obviously they don't have that because that would be super OP and insane. Yeah. Looks like the Italy has sent in a shipment of Pavasiers as well to help defend. Yeah, this Italy is not doing too good in resources right now. He's kind of being pushed pretty hard to his limits. Again, a musketeer shipment as well of 6. The Ottoman smartly is going for an age 3 with Exiled Prince, so he can go for a quick shipment of the Falconets most likely, and finish off the Italy opponent very swiftly. What's going on over here? Oh, the Italy did some Hussar raiding. Wow, impressive. Gotta stay. Where's the stable at? Right there. Wow. Didn't even see that coming. Yeah, no. It's like Italy's trying to do everything he can to bide himself some time and recover a bit.
Gemi ödediğiniz için teşekkürler.
Here comes 2 falconets with 37 janissaries. Quite a formidable army there. Yeah, no, this Italy doesn't have any defense against the Falks with janissaries combo. Definitely not. Still has hussars, but they're going to be kind of over there when the falconets arrive, which is not good. And even if they do get back, the Jans will just smother them and protect them very quickly. Oh man, look at that. That's crazy. Insane. Here comes the hussars right out of the gate to attack the falconets. But yeah, just like I said, Janissaries in such big mass now, they can just move freely to protect these cannons. Mace or threat. GG. Well played. Very nice. Alright, let's go on to the next one now.